Welcome to the Care for Kūpuna podcast, where we dive into health, wellness, and vibrant living of our cherished kupunas. We are thrilled to take you on a journey exploring everything from health and wellness tips, deeply rooted in the spirit of Hawaii, to navigating the intricacies of retirement, preserving our rich culture heritage, and fostering vibrant communities for our elders.
Whether you're a kupuna yourself, a family member, a dedicated caregiver, or simply someone passionate about supporting and uplifting our elders, this podcast is for you. Each episode is crafted with love and the intention to inspire, inform, and celebrate the golden years. So sit back, relax, and join us on this meaningful journey as we care for our kupuna. Aloha listeners, thank you for joining us this week's episode of Care for Kūpuna, where we care for our kupuna. My name is Trina.
And I'm Lonnie.
And we are your Kūpuna Care Girls. Today we have some special guests and I'll let them introduce themselves. Why don't you go ahead?
Aloha mai kako. I'm Keilee Sims, Key Projects Kūpuna Program Coordinator.
Aloha, I'm Mark. I'm her assistant and helping her coordinate the Kūpuna Program.
Awesome. And what is the Key Projects Kūpuna Program?
Yeah, so Key Project is a nonprofit on the Kahaluu side of Oahu. We are a 501c3 nonprofit community center, and for Kūpuna, we serve Kūpuna 50 years and older living from Kaneohe to Kahuku.
And what kind of services do you guys provide?
Yeah, we do a lot of different things here. We kind of have three main categories that we try to stay within. One of them would be mental stimulation and classes and education, keeping them going like that. Another one is socialization, which is a huge part to stopping any brain deterioration and mental health support. So we do huge breakfasts where they all come and gather and just eat food and talk story and have a good time. And then another one is the movement and fitness a little bit, keeping them physically healthy as well. So we try to touch on all three of those every month as we support them to keep them healthy and lively.
That's very good. And how often do you guys meet?
Anywhere from 3 to 5 days a week. So we really sometimes I feel like I see them more than my own family.
Yes.
And it feels like an extended family here. So we have around 350 plus registered kupuna in our program, and it feels like 350 plus grandparents in our lives. So truly it's an extension, Key Project and who we are, and yeah, it's just a wonderful community to be a part of.
Yes, definitely. And so why did you folks choose to work there at Key Projects? You guys could have chose anywhere else, but why Key Projects?
Yeah, actually, I first was employed at Key Project through their barista internship program. So I actually worked at our coffee shop, which we still have. And then, this was 1 year after the pandemic or so, or 2 years after the pandemic. So their Kūpuna Program coordinator position was still vacant. And they just asked, if anyone's interested, just inquire. And I did. And it kind of just led to this 2 years later of, building this program and just, really getting to serve my community again and working with this awesome demographic of Kūpuna.
Yeah, for me, kind of similar as just it just happened in a way. I live right up the road. So I was driving by a Key Project every day. I was driving to town for work and hated the drive. And then kept seeing Key Project. I was like, what is going on there? There's always something happening, So then I got on the website, saw a job opening. I was like, well, if this is meant to be, I'm going to jump in and take it. And didn't really look back though, how organic and how meant to be it was all. And like she said, I have every auntie and uncle I could ever imagine in my life now, every version of one. And it's the stern one, the loving one, every single version of an auntie and uncle we have now in our lives.
Oh, that's so amazing. Yeah. We work with seniors and, sometimes you guys are probably the highlight of their day. So it's amazing that you guys are sharing your story. And, it's so important to connect with the community. Is there any stories that you want to share or testimonials? If you have a special story that you have that you've, when you reach out to one of these Kūpuna or Kūpuna groups?
Yeah, one of the ones that comes to mind is just how, tight knit this community can be. So it was 2022 where Kūpuna Program started to come back in person, after the pandemic. And that's also when I first started. So a lot of the Kūpuna came in the same time that I started this position. And I just heard, a story from one of them the other week that two of them are going on a trip together. So 2 years ago, they had no idea who they were. This was their first introduction at Key Project together. And it's just so lovely to see the amount of growth that their relationships and friendships, are developing between the two of them. And now I think it's in October, they're both going to Europe together. And so I just think that's such a cool experience, to come to Key Project as strangers, but grow together as friends. So I always love hearing how they're, connecting outside of our program.
That's so special.
Yeah.
Mark, you have a story for us?
I don't have a specific story, but it's just like continuous of every day of such a mutual, like beneficial relationship, like they always like want to boast on us, but I'm like, it's you guys that are feeding into me too. It's this mutual flow of love and energy that it's like hard for me to remember all these exact stories because it's just like every day rolling into new ones.
It takes a special person to love, like helping the Kūpuna community. And thank you for sharing your stories. Is there anything else you want to share about the organization that you want to share with the public?
Yeah, I think a big goal for 2024 is to continue to do more outreach for our Kūpuna program. Like I said earlier, our service location is Kaneohe Tukahuku, but we really want to start to go up north and really serve the Kūpuna up there who, are often forgotten about in more rural communities. So that's definitely a goal. So, if you want Key Projects, Na Pua, Koʻolau Kūpuna program to come to, your city, whether it's in Laie, Hauula, Kohuku, you can always let us know. We're always open to feedback and suggestions as well of what activities you want to see here. Because again, our main goal is to serve the Kūpuna and their interests. So I'd always say just, reach out to us. If there's something that we can do, we'll always try to accommodate the best that we can. Otherwise, some upcoming events at Key Project in general is our Summer Bash in July. That's going to be a fun music kind of festival with local bands here. And then in October, we have our annual Koʻolau Ohana Festival fundraiser. So if you've never experienced Key Project before, I would definitely recommend that event to come to. It's just a night, entertainment, food, craft vendors, local artisans here. It's free to the community and it's our biggest fundraiser of the year to keep the doors open and the lights on here at Key Project for Keiki to Kūpuna.
What is the dates on the July and October events?
Ooh. Summer Bash is July 27th, and then our Koʻolau Ohana Festival is October 12th.
Well, okay, perfect. Yes,
Send us the
flyers. Yes.
Yeah. And what's the best way to contact you?
You can either call us at Key Project and then just kind of like start inquiring about questions about specific programming. That phone number is going to be 808-239-5777. And then you could also, if you're looking for Kūpuna specific resources, you could email us directly at just at kupuna@keyproject.org. So simple as that. Just email kupuna@keyproject.org. We will be glad to answer, or just call the office or pop in too. I just wanted to add on that we are a safe place for anyone. So if you need food help, if you need just any resource connections, we will try our best to get you what you need. So, or if you just want to have a good time, come party with us, have a good time, come socialize. Or if you need some basic need help resources too, we have everything available.
Amazing. Well, it sounds like an amazing project or organization. Keilee, Mark, thank you for joining us today. And before we end, we'd like to share a quote or a joke. And this day we have a quote from Abraham Lincoln. In the end, it's not the years in your life that count, it's the life in your years. So thank you for joining us. Thank you for tuning in, where aloha meets wisdom, one podcast at a time. Until next week, ahiwiho.
Thank you.
Mahalo for joining us on this episode of Care for Kūpuna, where we explore health, wellness, and vibrant living for our cherished Kūpunas. We hope you found inspiration and valuable insights.
Remember, your support can make a difference. 20% of all proceeds from our podcast go to a nonprofit organization here in Hawaii dedicated to helping seniors in our community. If you'd like to contribute, visit our website at www.carewithak4kupuna.com and make a donation.
Are you a brand or business looking to align with our mission? Consider sponsoring our podcast. Visit our website for more information on sponsorship opportunities.
For those with stories to share, we invite you to be a guest speaker on our podcast. Head over to our website to express your interest and become part of the conversation.
Last but not least, stay connected with us by subscribing to our email list and following us on social media at Care for Kūpuna with a K. Join the Care for Kūpuna community to stay updated on all things related to health, culture, and creating vibrant communities for our elders.
We appreciate your time and look forward to welcoming you back on the next episode of Care for Kūpuna.